Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree Buonomo. Hi if you're new here, or hey if you've been here before. And today I am jumping on the bandwagon, and that bandwagon is having a no social media day. This video was inspired by two author tubers, Lindsay Puckett and Michelle Schusterman. I will leave both of their videos linked down below. Both of them had different ideas and different styles of what they wanted to do for their videos. And likewise, I'm going to kind of take my own spin on this, specifically because I'm not currently writing something. I am in the process of researching to query. So I have a little bit of this weird gap where I'm not editing, I'm not writing, and I want to use that time to stop being on social media. So for Lindsay specifically, she did a social experiment where she wanted to see how much writing she could get done if she stopped picking up her phone. And Michelle more so focused on just not picking up her phone, like not looking at anything that was social media, specifically for her YouTube. And I am gonna kind of follow in Michelle's lead because, like I said, I'm not writing, so I'm not challenging myself to write more or anything. I just don't wanna pick up my phone. Over the last couple months, while I think my screen time is better than some people's, I have been racking it up to 5 hours a day. And sometimes that is my morning puzzles that I do on my phone and my audiobooks, but most of it is social media and YouTube, and I need to kind of start cutting back because it's just not healthy in general. So I am taking this opportunity for tomorrow, which is a day that I have off, to just completely ghost all of my social media. So here is the deal. For me specifically, I am grouping social media pretty hardcore. It is any social media app. So no Instagram, no Snapchat, no Facebook, no X, Blue Sky, none of the social media apps. I cannot use any of them. I also cannot go on YouTube. While there are certain days that I have been pretty YouTube heavy, I pretty much oscillate between watching YouTube like all day, every day, to listening to my audiobook. So I'm going to swap any YouTube time with audiobook, which is particularly important because I need to get through the final Mistborn book for my book club in a week. So I'm happy to do that swap. I'm also not going to do any Discord, which is probably the biggest offender for me right now. I have been joining a 5 a.m. writers group, and while I love it, I mostly just come for the banter and the laughs. I have not been writing. Today actually was the first day that I joined and did something writing related. I was making graphics, but ultimately, like, I don't really need to be in that group. I shouldn't have to be like glued to it, and I am. Like, I can't let it go, and then I'm getting distracted and I'm not getting stuff done. So hence why we're gonna do this social media day cleanse. In the last week, I was trying to see how much I could actually push myself, and the best day I got was around 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I think by not having the ability to do social media, I won't have much screen time at all, because the only time I use my social media is when I am scrolling. So there are going to be two small exceptions for this. One is I am going to do a CP chat where I'm going to be brainstorming my next novel idea, and that is going to take place on Discord, but I'm not allowed to touch any other icons. It's literally just log in, click my friend's name, and join a video call. So I'm not considering that social media, because had we not, had Discord to do video chat with, it probably would have been like a phone call or something. And at this point, I was also going to give myself one grace of sending my daily snap, but not opening other people's. And I'm unsure, because there are some snap streaks on there where we're about like 2,000 days. And this is probably the issue of social media and its grip on me, is that my brain is like, oh my God, you can't let the streak die. But like, I don't need a streak to be happy. It's not really keeping me happy. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. That might be my exception, or I may just go into full chaos mode and go, the streaks are gonna die. So I guess we'll find out. But anyway, that is what I wanted to touch base on, is just kind of like my rules and my structure. I'm not doing any designated word count, but I can get on my computer and I could do research. I'm in the process of researching literary agents and people that I may want to pitch my book to. So that's open, as long as I'm not opening social media tabs, and I mute Discord, because I can ignore Discord, but some of these groups go off all day, every day. So I would have to mute it just so my sanity is in check. But I can do that research. more so, I would love to be able to read a book, like a physical book. I could go for a walk, I can go swimming, I could do all these other things. I just can't pick up my phone and sit and doom scroll. And that is the challenge. So we're gonna see how well I do and how I feel. And very similarly to Michelle Schusterman's video, I'm going to see if I get better throughout the day and if the urge to pick up my phone decreases. So let's go. Good morning, guys. It is 5:50. I'm still drinking my coffee, and I did take one dog outside to go to the bathroom, but all of my puzzles are done. So if you are kind of new here, then I have kind of like a morning routine where I get up, take my dogs out, I make my coffee, and then I sit and do word puzzles. So I do like Wordle, Connection, Strands, the Mini, Bandle, Spottle. There's a couple. But I like it because it, like, you know, just challenges my brain and it's something nice to do. But it is on my phone, so obviously, as a whole, I'm trying not to use my phone much today. But like, that's like an enrichment activity, I would say. But I am now done because normally I would also sit here for 20 more minutes, continue drinking my coffee, and do social media. So that's very strange to me. But yeah, that's the only thing I will say. Like, I'm not really tempted to look on social media. It is weird though. Like, I'm actively telling myself like not to pick things up. And I'm like, oh, what do I do with myself? So here's the deal. I'm a mess right now, obviously, but I'm gonna take this time and I'm gonna do a little house cleanup. I have been like cleaning my house this week. So I was like, you know, washing floors and moving stuff, but there's some boxes I need to take out to the recycling. I want to vacuum up a little bit because I have dogs, so I need to vacuum like every other day. And I'm just gonna do some of that stuff and listen to the Third Mistborn book while I do it. And then I'm just gonna see where that takes me to because yeah, not having to do anything is kind of strange, but I do think maybe I will continue researching some agents afterwards and just see where the day takes me. So yeah, I'll check in at some point again. Hi friends, it is just about 8 o'clock, a little after, and I've been doing pretty well. I do think that it's when I have like periods of like calm or like quiet that I have the urge to like pick up my phone, I think. Because so far I have been really focusing on like cleaning and putting things away, and like I did the dishes, there was a bunch of stuff that I needed to organize, and like even though I'm not getting rid of some stuff, I was like piling it so that I can get rid of it, and I was doing a lot of stuff, and I feel overall really good because I haven't had the urge to pick up my phone. However, there were two almost times where I hit something. The first, and I feel like this is pretty common for a lot of people, is like when you're, especially if your phone's in your pocket or you just have your phone on you all the time. When I was going into the bathroom and I, like, you know, doing my normal routine, I almost literally just started opening apps and I was like, wait, no, I can't do that. So I shut that down. Thankfully didn't open any at all. And the second time was when I sat down to eat breakfast. It's another normal time where I usually start clicking, but I just kept listening to my audiobook instead, and I turned my phone away. I did get a text message, and talking to people, like phone calls or text messages, I am allowing myself. I don't consider that social media. I just consider that socializing. So I did get a text message from my friend Autumn, and so I was talking to her briefly, and that was nice too. But yeah, it's been going okay. But yet there's definitely times where it's just that automatic response to like click things and open things. I'm realizing that that's probably why my screen time is so high, is because so many times I'm like, oh, I can just pick this up. Oh, let me just do this. Oh, let me do that. But otherwise things are going well. So I feel pretty confident. Like I said, I did a little bit of dishes. I did some laundry. I organized some things. I did not end up vacuuming, but I was just checking in with my critique partner to see if she was ready to have our phone call. I don't see her ready, so I think I am going to vacuum the floors real quick and get that done. And then I'm sure by 8:30 we will be jumping on. So far, so good. I'm feeling good about where I'm at. And after I get off the CP phone call, I am going to go for a walk with my friend Rachel and continue just enjoying the day ahead. So that's where we are at. And yeah, I mean, right now I'm feeling good. I guess we'll see if this continues throughout the day. Can I hear you?
Yes.
Okay. Nope, I can't.
Sorry, I needed to enjoy my shower a little bit longer.
Oh my god. No, you're totally fine. I've literally just been buzzing around my house as normal, so. Okay, I just had a really great brainstorming session with Zilla. I don't exactly know where I want to definitely go with this haunted house story that I'm writing, but I do think I feel much more confident, and it might be more of a discovery draft right now. Like, I think as long as I have like a semblance of like the beginning, the turning point, and the resolution, which I have like the scene in my brain forming for the final scene, I think it won't matter how much I like outline this, because the overall theme is going to be like death. Like, death is going to happen. So in the next couple months now, I get to spend some time binge watching some reality TV from 2004 as research. And I'm sure I'm going to take you guys along with me on that. But for now, I'm going to go for a walk and we'll see where we're at. But I have been very good. I have not really been tempted. The only temptation, I will say, is just that automatic of like doing something small. Like I said, like, you know, eating or whatever, where it's like the urge to maybe pick it up. And when I was talking to Zilla, I also was like, oh, let me just pull this up and show you. And I'm like, no, because that's on social media. So I stopped myself and I'm feeling okay with that. So I'm going to go get ready and brush my teeth, and then I'm going to go for a walk. So see you later. Okay guys, so it is 7 hours into my no social media day, and I wanted to do a midday check-in. I am back from my walk. We did 4.5 miles, and it's insanely hot out. So the nice thing is that it was pretty cloudy and it had such a beautiful breeze. So I'm a little sticky, but it was worth it. And at some point I was thinking about maybe going to the pool for a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit lazy in the way that like I don't want to have to like take the cover off, prep the pool, get all this stuff out, and then put that all back. Like, if I was going to the pool with somebody else and I could share half that responsibility, I think I would have. But it's a hard decision because like I obviously don't get a lot of days off where I could go to the pool and sit. And now it's getting sunny again, so I don't know. But at this point, it's noon, and I don't know if I really want to go up and do all that work for maybe 2 hours, because right now it says it's gonna start raining around 3. So how long would I actually get up there, and do I want to do that effort? But what I will say is that I've been doing really good. I really, truly have not had a lot of temptation, and I don't know what I can attribute that to. Like, is it because like I'm just very steadfast and I'm like, nah, it's not what I'm doing today? And if I like dedicate the day, is it just like that thing that's like, if I don't have a dedicated, like I can't do this, then I just like willy-nilly all day long? Or is it that I'm just having a really good day and I don't have the need to pick stuff up? You know, what is it? What's actually the driving factor here? I'm not sure, but I am having a wonderful day. I love the conversation with Zilla. I loved my walk, and I am now gonna go make some lunch. And I think afterwards, if I decide against the pool, I'm gonna keep doing some agent research, because I still have my old query list. I still need to go through and see like if those agents are still active, if they're still at the right agencies, go through the agencies that they're at. I have a lot of work there to do, so I am willing to do it, but I think I may end up choosing that path. So I might eat, maybe shower, and then do some agent work, or each agent work and then shower. But either way, I'm just having a good day. So yeah, that's where we're at.
All right, so it is 1:30, and look at this beautiful query list that we've started. Oh, I love it. So I'm gonna do some more research now on what agents are possibly taking horror. This is my old prophecy project one, and I went through up to round 1. So I have round 2 and 3, so all of these people down here is all that I need to do from purple down. So still quite a lot I have to flesh out and see, but I do know that a few of them are definitely not even agents anymore. So it might take some time and it might take no time at all. I guess we'll find out. But that's the task ahead.
Hello friends. Oh my goodness. It is 4:30 and I just decided to shower because I went for my walk earlier and I was debating on going swimming, but I didn't end up going swimming. I'm kind of glad I didn't because it said it was going to rain around 3 and then it started downpouring at 1:30, which would have been like the prime, like I was expecting if I was going to go swimming to be like 12:30 to 2:30. So it would have ended up ruining my time there. So it was nice though because it kind of cooled off my house a little bit. And I spent the last 2 hours doing the literary agent research, and I definitely think there's a better way to do it. And I think because there's some agencies that just have so many agents, so I started to try to pare it down by like pulling up the agency or like looking at them and then going into Query Tracker and seeing like if they're in there, like who's accepting horror. And that's been a little bit quicker for me because the one time like there was literally like 20 agents and I just kept going through each one of them, and sometimes like the websites don't have all the information and then you have to like take their name and then put it into Google and then find them that way. It's just a very like tedious task, and I'm trying to do it smarter, but it's still a little hard. But I am up to 69 agents right now. In my original prophecy, I have gone through now 2 whole sections of potential agents. I have 1 more section plus a little bit of people I was like throwing in there as like I would get come across them. So there's a few more that I have to go through. There might be some repeats though, because as I've been like going through and finding people, I've just been adding them in. And now they are grouped by agency. So there's that. Most agencies will allow you to submit to a different agent if the first one passes, which is really great to see. So far, there's only 1 agency that's it. If it's a no from one, it's a no from all. And I do hate that, but can't change anything about that. So I just showered. I feel actually very refreshed. It's very good. I washed my hair because I was swimming the last couple days and I just feel pretty good. So I am going to go take a brain break, and that means I'm just going to listen to some more of my audiobook and do some laundry. I have to switch the loads out. But I may just spend another half hour doing a little bit more agent research because once my husband gets home and we have dinner, like we might just hang out for the rest of the night. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But what I will say is that I'm doing very well still. There was a couple little temptations to do, like to pick up my phone. And that was when I was like really, like if I was looking for a break. So if I was like doing all the agents for like 20-30 minutes and then I'd be like, all right, let me take a break. Normally that's when I would pick up my phone. So I didn't do any social media, but I did decide that I could open my email. I didn't include email in social media. I don't think email is social media, but I do think unconsciously I lump it in because I do check my email obsessively. It's kind of ridiculous. So I checked my email once this morning before my puzzles. And then I didn't check my email again until like 3. And the reason I did is because my CP was putting comments in my doc. So I'm like, oh, I won't open up the whole doc. I'll just open up my email because I get the alerts and can read through them. And that's what I did. And I had a couple other like email things. One of the publishers, because I was reading a lot of memoirs last year. Now they'll like auto approve me for new memoirs, which is great. But I'm very like highly selective with like mental health, and they just keep sending me a bunch of memoirs. Like this one was a TikTok influencer who I know nothing about, and I don't really care. It was like about motherhood and stuff, and I'm sure it's wonderful, but that's just not my shtick. I rather do mental health stuff. So I deleted a couple emails, and I had a couple like license related, like my professional counseling license. I had a couple in that email too. So I think I'll probably maybe check one more time for my email at the end of the night. But yeah, I don't even feel like I have a compulsion to open apps, which is wonderful. So yeah, I'm going to stop gabbering now and I'm going to go do some things. But yeah, this has been a lovely day and I'm so glad you guys came along with me.
Okay, dinner. This looks like a grilled cheese, but it's actually a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And honestly, pro tip, if you want something different but you don't really want to cook, you just grill a peanut butter and jelly like a grilled cheese. You put some butter. I like to use like the flat and then throw the butter on, kind of like it's a griddle, and then put my 2 hands in and then smoosh them together. Courtesy of my husband's family, this is what they used to do, and honestly, 10 out of 10, you should try it.
Hi guys, so, oh god, I think my eyes are gonna bleed. It is 7:15 and I now have 108 agents on my list, with one that's like an asterisk. The agency as a whole might not have a lot of sales, so might not be one that I'm going to fully pursue, but the agent would be lovely like themselves because they want essentially what I'm pitching. So it's kind of like one of those that I might put on like the third round and see. But yeah, I've been enjoying it was a taproom special, but it's a lavender haze cider, and I'm now gonna take a little break and then I'm done with agents today. I'm done with the computer. I spent a lot of time sitting here, my eyes hurt. Probably gonna call it a night. I'm probably just gonna take my ebook, continue reading the Hero of Ages, and probably pass out very soon. So overall, this was a very successful day. If I have any last minute things to update, I will definitely tell you guys. But yeah, I think for like a final thought is that it's not necessarily hard for me to stop doing social media, but I reach for it so often. And I think that's where my mentality is that I'm completely happy without being there all the time. But I think I just need to focus on, like, I don't have to pick up my phone every 5 minutes, every hour. Like, nothing changes that drastically, especially if I'm not posting, because there's like days where I don't post anywhere on any social media platform and I'm just constantly checking it. And it's great for engagement for other people, but like, it doesn't really do much for me. So I think I'm gonna try to have designated like social media check-in times, like when I'm at work, other than maybe doing Instagram, because I do send voice memos to some people occasionally. Like, I don't really need to be on Instagram all day. And then like I can do like a morning check-in, maybe like a check-in when I get home, and then like one before night. Like, I think that's enough. I don't think I need to be picking it up all the time. So we'll see. But those are my thoughts. I do think I was more productive because of it. I got very hyper fixated on making my agent list. Like I said, I have 108 now. A lot of them are like I grouped together. So there's a lot of agencies where I have multiple people in. So I think it'll be easy in some way for me to be able to like pick like one for my first round, like one in each literary agency. Like, I think that sounds like a good plan to me, because now 2 agencies total that I found so far have that policy of like, you query one, you query us all, essentially. So if we say no, everyone says no. So I might figure out later, but at least I have a really good starting point of who to query. And then of course, like if I possibly get through this whole list, then there's still other agents out there that I haven't even touched upon. So, you know, I'm happy with where we are now, and I think I'm calling it for this list currently. Of course, if anybody gets sent my way or I see something reputable come through that someone's accepting horror, they can go on the list, but I'm not going to actively look for any more. I spent 2 days doing this and I came up with a pretty good list. So that's where we're at. So overall, I do think I got to do a lot of things. I feel like I enjoyed a lot more of my day because I was able to just like not have the need to pick up stuff or brain rot. And the only thing I feel like I didn't do much of was read a physical book. I did start my a little book that was like a really quick one, and it was fine. And I just kind of kept putting it down because I'm like, oh, I could go do this or I could go do that. But overall, I'm gonna call this a day. So I'm gonna probably end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below how your feelings of social media are. Like, are you somebody who feels like they might have a problem with being on social media, or are you not really engaged much in it? Or is this something that you're interested in too? Because I do think detoxing every now and then is pretty healthy for everybody. As a therapist and as a human, I would recommend it. So, you know, one of those things where it's like, you know, I should probably do the things I tell other people to do, and wow, it's rewarding. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. And if you decide to do a social media detox day, please tag me. I would love to watch it. And until next time, I will see you then. Bye.